so much. I'm Terrence Bonner. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi. Licensed massage therapist, esthetician, instructor, two-time award-winning author, and the owner of the Bonner Institute, all things continuing education. My story of being a massage therapist and an esthetician, you know, I had to create my own lane. It was hard. As a male, when I started 10 years ago, it was hardly any estheticians. And in about 4 or 5 years, it was just a boom. And I think it came from them understanding what it was, the amount of money they can make as well. Because I talk about it all the time, I'm a numbers guy. You know, when you can understand I'm doing something that I love and also making the money, they want to do it. Definitely. And so the boom about 4 or 5, years, a few years ago, it just became, awesome that so many people want to come into the aesthetic world.
At the beginning, we were debating as to whether, as a new esthetician coming fresh out of school, whether I have the choice of going straight into a spa and, learning what, just keep continuing to educate myself or whatever that, going on my own business route. What do you say to the person who gets stuck in the spa? How do they find themselves? Because I know in our area sometimes you can't take that clientele with you. So even though I came to you, I got everything that you put out, I learned your business, but it's different from what I was taught in the book.
I would say you have learned everything you needed to learn. Even if you can't take the clientele, the knowledge that you have, you're able to now go open their salon suite or your own, spa, and take all that knowledge that you have and transfer that energy into your own. But when you work for someone, you can figure out what you like, what you don't like. When you do finally build up your clientele, niche down what it is that you really like to do. So when I teach, I don't want to just say, hey, this is how you do it. I want to give you the reason why. Because clients are going to ask you the question, but do you have the answer? Threading was the first thing that I drove 14 hours for my training. And it was an amazing training. I'm glad I did. But the reason I did it, when you begin to give the clients the answer and give them more than what they asked for, again, you're going to have a client for life, right? Because you can explain everything that they asked and more. Well, I didn't even ask them that. Right? We're going to get into that a little bit later when we talk about where the money resides. Great. Where's my model? It's time. Use anything on your skin daily? No, you don't use anything. Okay, Dr. Brown's baby soap. So now what's the first thing we noticed? When I asked her, did she use anything on her skin? She said no. And then I asked her a few more questions, follow-up questions, to specifically ask her, did she use anything? And then she began to remember. And what if you never ask her any more questions? And she said, no, I'm not using anything, and you get that wax out, right? Just on brows. $2,400 a week. Okay? Okay. So she said she spent the whole day doing brows. That ain't enough for her. Okay. So what you do? Now I'm going to use my aftercare. This class is not about, this is not a product knowledge class. However, if you would like to know what I'm using, you can ask me afterwards.
I like this.
This is not Vaseline.
Is this good for waxing also?
We have just used our aftercare, and I just explained to you what all it helps with, right? What did I say? Eczema, dry skin, burn, insect bites, dry skin. It took me 5 minutes. 107. One person. Can everybody see that? 5 minutes. One person. Do we know our cost per service? Are we paying ourselves? So by me incorporating products in what I just did, you just created your payroll. we'll say 10 minutes. How many people can you see then? Calculate, come on, calculate. 6 people in the hour now at $107. 642 times 8. Oh, okay. I think class is over. No. But do you see the difference in us doing just services? Because we only can see so many people, right? I only can see 3 people in an hour at $20. But now that I have niched down what I'm doing, I have customized what I'm doing, I'm faster now. Now I have the product itself of what I need. Now I can incorporate all of that into what I'm doing, and now I'm making more money, and now I'm paying myself. Because who's first? Everybody raise the right hand. I'm first, right? Okay, does it make sense? Yeah. Did the light bulb go off?